This morning in our Reality on the Ground, we focus on a lady who shares her story about what happened to her in life. Now, she was picked from Kayunga district with the promise of giving her a sponsorship to continue with her education in Kampala. Now, this, however, wasn't the case. She ended up becoming a housewife and later ended up becoming a victim of sexual exploitation. Her turning point was when she was linked to an institution and was given skills. She's among over 140 youth who were graduated last week from one of the organization's centers, and she's now ready to face the world with a new purpose of life, meaning that whatever happens to you in life, it's not the end.
When I completed my education, I did prostitution for 2 months, but I saw it was just a wastage of time. So a friend of mine told me about opportunities at UDEL, so I got interested and I quitted prostitution and I concentrated on doing hairdressing. My parents had not enough money to take me to any institution.
Which education? Which education?
When I completed my A-level, my parents had not enough money to take me to any institution, and I continued with my studies. So I was in the village for almost 2 years. Then in our village, there came a group of people. They were born again, and they were willing to give us bursaries. So they asked us for some little money. We paid, and they brought us to Kampala. They rented for us the hostel, and we stayed there. But during that course, they had promised to pay for us, but during the course of our studies, then we realized that they were not paying anything. So the principal told us to stop if we had no tuition. So I stopped. I went back in the village. But when I reached in the village, life was so hard. I decided to come back in Kampala. I worked as a house girl in Bulenga for 6 months. When I was there, my boss wanted to rape me. I was taking care of his baby. The mom was overseas, so the boss wanted to rape me. I had to escape. I told my friend. Then my friend got me a job in a bar around Rubaga. I worked there for some good months, but still it was not working for me. Life was really so hard. I tried prostitution, still it didn't work for me. Then a friend of mine told me about opportunities at UDEL. So she told me everything. Then I got interested. I came and began studying hairdressing. I concentrated because I came when I didn't know anything. But right now I can plant a lot of hairstyles. I learned even some little bit of baking. Right now, so I'm very happy that I have succeeded, and I'm self-confident in everything that I'm doing, and I have forgotten even my past.
How do you feel?
My parents didn't know what I was doing exactly, but during my O-level, I was in a club called SCYC. It was a club for youth which was against HIV. So I was very strict. I used to use protection because I used to fear HIV because I know it's incurable. So So I was very strict, yeah, because I wanted to be alive and to have a negative status of living. I did prostitution for 2 months, but I saw it was just a wastage of time. So a friend of mine told me about opportunities at UDL, so I got interested and I quitted prostitution and I concentrated on doing hairdressing. Sometimes I used to think, what if my parents get to know this? And sometimes I used to think, what if I get HIV? What if I get pregnant? How will life be? How will I be in that life of a single mother, being impregnated with someone you don't know, or being affected with HIV with someone whom you don't know? So I used to think a lot of negative things only. Very happy because I didn't expect it. So I want to get some good capital. I go back in the village, I put up a salon, and I begin working from there. Because salons there in our village, they are so limited. Since my childhood, I always wanted to get anything I feel like buying things for myself, clothes, jewelry, everything. So I tried to look for jobs and I failed. And yet I had a lot of needs and wants. So I said, let me try. If it works for me, well and good. And if it doesn't, still I had that hope of quitting if it couldn't work for me. So it never worked for me, I had to quit. There is not any good man in prostitution because the money you get, you have to buy for yourself clothes. Because if you're not looking good, you will not get anyone. You have to buy food for yourself. Sometimes even you have to rent a room for yourself. And sometimes even they cannot pay you. Someone can use you and just go like that. So there is not any good opportunity. They used not to pay. Yeah, someone can come and some coming back, and he goes. I know where you can get him because you don't know him. He found you just on the street. Sometimes I used to watch TV, and they used to arrest those guys, but at the place where I was, they hadn't yet reached there. So I said I will be ashamed. Maybe they will catch me. People who know me, they will see me on TV, and I get ashamed. I lose my respect. So I said, let me just give up, and I look for any other thing that can make a good living for me. I feel very good. Yeah, I feel very good because I changed. I didn't know that I would change, but due to some situations, I had to change. I'm now very happy at heart that I let go of that, and I trust the Lord that in future I will be in a good position and I will be very well off. Before sending your daughter or your son, you first know who exactly is taking that child, where is he or she taking her. Then after making that follow-up, if the person is taking your child in a right place, then well and good. If not, it's not. I advise them not to rush in things that just come as opportunities. Because most of them, they have a lot of disadvantages. Okay, my advice to those girls out there, for those who are still in prostitution, I'm advising them to quit because they may get diseases like STDs, or even getting pregnant and you don't know the person who has pregnanted you. So they should trust the Lord that they can make it and quit that thing so that they can at least get any other job out there.
on NTV Sting Hot Steps, we are going to the north. Destination, North.
So dancers in Lira, Kitigum, Arua and all northern districts will be auditioning this Saturday at Alobo Hall opposite Buganda Park.
So make sure you audition as a group, pairs, or even solo. And make sure your dance routine doesn't exceed 1.5 minutes. Can you beat this?
Up for grabs is